that the disgraced former entertainer and convicted sex offender Rolf Harris has died at the age of 93. That information is coming to us from a registrar in Maidenhead Town Hall. So Rolf Harris, if you remember, was a very famous, a hugely famous entertainer in the UK, hailed from Australia, was also at one point jailed for offences against children. And now we are getting this latest information that he has passed away. Now, he, of course, was a musician, a singer, a songwriter, a composer, a comedian, an actor, but his fall from grace was quite something. It was very, very big news here in the UK. He was exposed as a paedophile about 9 years ago. And as I mentioned earlier, he was convicted of sexual assault of 4 underage girls in 2014. In the last few months, it's been well reported that he has been very sick and receiving round-the-clock care over the last few months. So we know that he was living in the UK over the last few months, and he was known to be very, very sick. It's reported that he apparently had neck cancer and was unable to talk to neighbours, and that's how bad his illness was. He was receiving round-the-clock care from nurses. Well, for 6 decades, Mr. Harris had success with novelty pop hits. He had success with children's television and variety shows. He was very well known in Australia, but he was a huge star, particularly in the 1970s and 80s here in the UK. Helena Wilkinson looks back at his life.
Rolf Harris, the TV star who was a fixture on screens in Britain for decades, later revealed to be a serial sex offender. This is his final public appearance walking into court, his bag packed for prison.
Why won't you apologise, Mr. Harris?
A convicted paedophile, guilty of indecently assaulting women and young girls. Born in Australia, Rolf Harris arrived in Britain in the 50s. He quickly found fame on BBC Children's TV. Singing, joking, painting. Can you tell what it is yet was the catchphrase everyone knew. He presented programmes including The Rolf Harris Show, Rolf's Cartoon Time, Animal Hospital and Rolf on Art. When a poll was carried out in the 90s asking the public to name a famous artist, Rolf Harris was at the top.
Have the fox in here.
For decades, Rolf Harris was a part of childhood entertainment.
You know how they have rather fat chops there.
But behind it all was a side the public didn't see.
What have you got to say for yourself, Harris?
In 2014, he was convicted for a string of indecent assaults against women and young girls. One conviction was later overturned by the Court of Appeal as judges ruled it was unsafe. At his sentencing hearing, the judge said Rolf Harris had shown no remorse and used his celebrity status to take advantage of his victims. Helena Wilkinson, BBC News.